And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run it with Bell, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
Again, it's Bell. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he'll go at the 25. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner. Get him out
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Being chased out left. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The give is to Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Lions on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third down and 12. The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. So we've reached a lightning-quick halftime. These guys hardly made it to the tunnel. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll try the right side with Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Green 39, Green 39, Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Cardinals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. He'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now a handoff. Running left is Bell. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. As they run the counter play. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Going motion right, Snead. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got Snead. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Right at the line of scrimmage.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A give to Bell. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Second down following the run. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Andrew Billings in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because you're passing.
And now here's another interception. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Throwing here, Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. A swing pass caught. A big play there for Detroit. 63 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Cowboys going up against the Eagles.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
No, check. Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
All right, now look at this. Here we go now. Blue, 90. Blue. No. Check. All right, now look at this.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Patriot. All right, now look at this. Gone.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Garrett Swanson now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
But he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A give to Elliott. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. The give is to Elliott, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. It's a little educational piece. I know a lot of people here, 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3 those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. A dump off to Elliott. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. this will be the 9th play on this drive. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. They find some open field, and I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy's sideline, and use him well.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Again, they'll run with Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Green, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They start on the ground with Elliott. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to go for a big play down. They've got his man complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. First down carry by Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. a bootleg with Prescott. Buying time to his left. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Hold that thought, Mr. Ridley. We've got a trip to the title game on the line. Folks are eager to get right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to work. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Freeman again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
To throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. Room here to run. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So a development here as Wentz is out. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. On second down, Freeman. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Shift together here from the D-line.
Hurry up, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Over. Detroit.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Going up top. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Third down. It's Graham. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Here's Garrett Swanson now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Second down, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Prescott to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
No gain on the play there. Second.
Alert 3! Run! Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Detroit! Hey!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Blah-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Step back, he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier in there to get him for a loss of 5. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Damn, Brew, I thought you had the blueprint.
Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it, rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and stick the ball free.
And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now it's Brenza to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 82 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. People who kiss it on the ground.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jalen Smith able to run him down for a loss of a yard. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on 2nd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Slot man moves right. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They go to Elliott again. Spinning away. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this